Besides the welfare schemes, India needs deft management of inflation and unemployment to serve the poor and the underprivileged sections of the society discussed. You just introduced by saying that India's current approach for uplifting the socio-economic conditions of the citizens has significantly banked on welfare schemes. We know that PM Kisan like schemes, we have like kerosene subsidies kind of thing, or public distribution system kind of thing. However, a closer examination reveals the indispensability of managing inflation and unemployment for the holistic development. Okay, you give the welfare schemes, but you manage inflation and unemployment as well. So we are going to explain on this. Why understanding inflation? Why controlling inflation is very essential for uplifting the situations of the underprivileged. First of all, during inflation, what all things will happen? The purchasing power of the people is reduced. Even they cannot buy the essential commodities, which was evident from the 2019 price rise of onion to 100 rupees per kilogram. Actually, we know that onion is used in almost all curries and dishes of India. So that disrupted even their dietary habits. So beyond the immediate necessities like food consumption, even in the long term it affected them by having a strain on their investments and savings. For example, many poor families, the financial buffers like their small savings like fixed deposits, etc., they prematurely withdrew them because they were not able to meet their daily expenses. So that depleted the future safety nets, which was the FDs and all. But because of the inflation and premature withdrawals, there is no safety net in the future. That means in the future, slowly the gap between rich and poor get accentuated. So economic inequities became a reality. So inflation magnified the existing economic inequities between the rich and the poor. The rich have many other opportunities. They'll invest in gold, real estate, which will actually increase in price during the inflation. But the less privileged people have no knowledge about such instruments, so they will be facing the brunt of rising cost. Okay, their existing savings will also be depleted, and along with inflation, the issue is exacerbated by unemployment. We know that unemployment means immediate loss of livelihood. There is no income, man. There is no income for sustaining. India is having a significant number of unorganized sector. Okay, apart from this, if the unemployment is the reality, that means that will be devastating. Already they have no security in their job, and if they have no job at all, that will be devastating. Okay, that will be directly pushing the families to poverty. We saw in the COVID period, the migrant crisis in 2020, the daily wage earners, they lost their job. They had to trek hundreds of kilometers due to loss of livelihood, and many people died in that particular journey. So we have to see that impact as well. And beyond this loss of income or economic dimension, it has societal impact as well. So we saw post demonetization in 2016, which impacted the unorganized sector and small businesses very badly in that period. That led to a lot of unemployment, and many areas has reported spikes in theft and petty crimes soon after that, because people have no other way to meet the ends at that time. So that affected the society as well. There was increase in the domestic violence on women and all, and these kind of chronic joblessness. Okay, there is no way that one gets a job. So in that case, people were facing mental health issues, these societal atrocities, spike in thefts and petty crimes, etc. Apart from that, you think in the other dimension, one skilled person, for example, a traditional weaver, once unemployed maybe for 1 year, they are finding it very hard to regain the footing on that particular job because their skill got outdated. Maybe by that time they will be replaced by machines. If you want to think in the age that you are living in, you think about an IT people. Okay, if an IT person is not updating himself, or is out of job for say 2 years, by the time he try to rejoin some other company, he will be thoroughly outdated. All the softwares that he was working will be outdated and new softwares and new kind of technologies, especially AI, would have come, and it will be hard for him to find a re-entry. So erosion of skills and future employability, that's also an issue with the lengthy spells without employment. So that's an issue. Now what we have to see is comparison between this short term and long term like arrangement. Like if you want to compare with the welfare schemes, and if you want to compare with the economic management that is addressing the inflation and unemployment, the welfare schemes provide short term relief. You provide 2000 rupees in 3 installments, or you are providing 2000 rupees 3 times a year under Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi, that provides immediate relief, maybe for purchasing something like that. But even that is happening without inflation management, that 2000 rupees will be eroding its value over the year, right? So that will be diminishing the effectiveness of the entire scheme itself. So the true progress means empowerment over dependency. You are just giving money means like that is disincentivizing the people to work. But apart from that, instead of that, you empower them, empower them in a way that they need not depend your freebies. For example, you provide them Mudra scheme. Instead of providing them PM Kisan scheme, you provide them Mudra loan scheme. So that will be promoting entrepreneurship. So that will be converting the recipients from job seekers to job creators. So they will be creating more job now. So directly tackling the unemployment. Here, instead of providing the short-term freebie like PM Kisan, if you are managing the inflation, or you provide welfare scheme as well and you manage the inflation as well, then you can diminish the impact of inflation, but you can provide a long-term stability to the economy and the people. And by providing skill and entrepreneurship support like Mudra loan scheme, you will be converting the job seekers to job creators. So here you will be tackling unemployment. Here we talked about tackling inflation as well. So welfare schemes and economic management both have to go hand in hand. So India's socio-economic upliftment hinges on both welfare scheme and astute inflation and unemployment management. So striking a balance between the immediate relief and long-term economic health is pivotal for India's sustainability. Thank you.